What's up, Knights of X, and welcome to today's video, where today we're going to talk about the recent changes made to Leviathan, which includes Scimitar, guys. They updated the reinforcement ability, so now that the capital ship and all Sith ships gain speed. Pretty drastic buff that's going to make climbing so much easier, guys, and it's going to impact the meta for Grand Arena. Whole game plan changes now. There's going to be a bunch of different strategies, ways to try to prevent this from happening, or ways to trick your opponent. But if you guys haven't seen it, it's pretty much here. The reinforcement ability now states all allies gain 25% critical chance until Scimitar is defeated, doubled for Sith allies. All allies, not just Sith, all allies gain 15 speed, doubled for Sith allies for the rest of the battle, including the capital ship, and persist through death. Guys, that means even if your Scimitar is getting blown up from the Leviathan hangar reinforcement ability where it destroys one of your ships, this unique ability is still going to work. And spoiler warning, guys, both battles are full auto. Fleet Arena now, if you really wanted to, is just join the battle, hit auto, and you're going to climb and win. Super easy. Might be a little bit different for Grand Arena depending on your opponent's reinforcements, but for the most part, if your opponent is running multiple reinforcements, this will work 100% of the time. If they're using one reinforcement, just Scimitar, then it might be a little bit tricky. But I'm going to show you against my fleet climb today, where I did a couple different battles. I did one against a Sith Dagger, one against Sith Fighter, and where they go first and I go first. I won't show the battles where I go first. Maybe I'll show one. It's just super simple, but I want to show you guys the ones where I go second. And you're going to see I just press the auto button and the battle is over. It's pretty convenient for fleet climbs, guys. Fleet climb has been pretty annoying lately because you have to rely on the profundity thing, and it takes a lot of manual play, and then you got to climb because you got to do like 4 or 5 battles a day. It gets pretty tedious, and this game is already requiring a lot to do with raids and conquest and all these different events. So making fleet climb easier at the moment is a huge change, and I do like it, but we're going to have to see how it plays in Grand Arena. But before we get into the gameplay, guys, and I want to show you guys all different variants, always reminding you guys, if you guys don't enjoy this content, don't forget to leave a like in the video and subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate it, guys. It means a lot to me. Helps this channel grow, and you know I appreciate it. So let's show the battles where I go second, and you're going to see it, guys. It's full auto. Let's get into it. So this is the first battle I'm going to show. This is where I go second in the mirror match, but as you can see, my opponent has 4 reinforcements in their slots, and I am running a single reinforcement, guys. That is it. I have no extra relic on these characters, all the bare minimum. I have 7 on my Malgus. On my alt account, I have 7 for my Marauder and 7 for Dagger, all requirements, and the 9 for Leviathan. And then my Maul is at, I believe, relic 7 for the, because that's a requirement for Leviathan, I believe. So nothing extra crazy. When I tell you, I just press auto on this battle, that's all I'm doing. You're going to see. It's pretty much the same strategy, guys. I mean, I was able to go to the gym, and I was testing this. I finally got them to go first, which was what I was trying to do. I didn't want to remove mods. And I just threw it on full auto. And you're going to see, it looks like we're going to do bad because they get the blow up reinforcement first and stuff like that. But it's really not that hard. It's the same strategy. The only thing with this is that it does take like 3 minutes because you got to rely on Leviathan's like basics and your Malgus to do the mass swarm, and their bomber's pretty tanky. But it's really very simple here. Our AI does the blow up reinforcement as well. If you're doing this on manual, you could probably bring out Scimitar right away. But in my testing, it wasn't really needed. Like there, they get the first reinforcement. Sith Fighter, blown up. Does not matter. Here, we have our Scimitar come out, gets blown up, but all our ships gain speed. And you're going to see that we're going to get out ahead on the turn meter. I probably should have shown the turn meter on the right side, but as you can see, we're now ahead of the battle. And with the AI reinforcement, the way it works is Scimitar has a low reinforcement priority compared to the others. So if you're Look at that, guys. Completely outsped them. They didn't even get to a second reinforcement. So I think the only way this can cause issues is if they have just Scimitar in the reinforcement slot, and not many guys are going to be doing that in Fleet Arena. Maybe they will after they see this video. I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, that makes them also, like, in a GAC standpoint, if your opponent just sets Scimitar as a reinforcement, that could open up other potential fleet counters, like possibly Mace or Kenobi. Maybe Executor can win with just a single reinforcement. I'm not sure. And then this could impact the profundity counter as well, guys. Like, it's all about certain speed order, and if their Sith ship is gaining, 30 speed? That could completely change the profundity counter to Leviathan, because you're just edging out that turn by a single turn every time when you're getting that win. This might be the go-to. This will probably be my go-to for Fleet Arena. For Grand Arena, I'm going to try to trick my opponent. I might be setting Leviathan with just Scimitar the first round, because I really want to see how that can mess up possibly a mirror match. But this, to me, is way, way easier than having to deal with I could put my phone down, auto the battle, and I'm going to be climbing in Fleet Arena. Now, another annoying thing is that you're going to get this makes the mirror match extremely easy, so people might get annoyed that their Leviathan's dropping way further. I have mixed feelings on that. I'd rather it be way easier to climb than drop, because there's nothing worse than using attempts and you lose the coin flip, and then you have to wait another, 10 minutes, and then you lose again another 10 minutes. I'd rather drop to the 20s and then be able to climb up here. Like, as you can see, guys, it was like almost pretty much a 4-minute battle, but I'd rather just climb with a guaranteed win than have to deal with frustration with RNG and stuff like that. So that is the first battle where I go first. There was a account that started with Sith Fighter first. I don't think you're going to see much of that in Grand Arena anyway, but I'm going to show it anyway. So the next one's going to be with a Sith Fighter starting, and then I'm going to show one where I go first just to show you guys. It's really nothing different. I want to do more testing if my opponent just has the single reinforcement or just 2, just to see how that works. But for the most part, guys, this is going to be it. So let's get into the second battle where I show you Sith Fighter starting. Alright, for the second one, I actually want to show you live, because I actually found one with Sith Fighter at my starting in the top 5 of my fleet chart. So, give me the same thing, guys. Sith Fighter starting, it's at Relic 7. It's pretty much, they're going to be guaranteed going first because I removed the mod on my Darth Revan. But I just want to show you guys, no matter what the lineup is, this is going to be a win. So, they did go first, but they can't gain any turn meter because we have Dagger starting. No enemy ships can gain turn meter with that ship in the starting lineup. So here, same thing, same concept. They're probably going to get the blow-up reinforcement first, but it doesn't matter. Yep, just like how it normally goes, same concept. I'm going to show you the turn order on the right side. They should get the first reinforcement because they were first, but it is not going to be hard. There usually is the Interceptor. Is that the ship? Yeah, Interceptor. There, I get my Scimitar. We go down, but you're going to see the turn order here, guys. We are now ahead of their Leviathan. And by the time that they get their second reinforcement, even if it is Scimitar, they're not going to get to it because there's not going to be enough turn meter for that ship to get a turn. So even if they have 2 reinforcements, let's say it's just Scimitar and Interceptor. Scimitar's not coming out, guys. It's so simple. We won the ult race, and that's it. The only possible thing I can maybe see happening is a potential timeout, because you got to get through all of this. But as you can see, there's still 3 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. You should have more than enough time. You have to rely on the shock from the Leviathan basic, rely on the mass swarm from your Malgus' ship. So there, we got shock. That's a great sign. And you can switch the targeting, obviously. Like, I haven't touched a thing. So if I went to target Sith Fighter first, this would obviously be done a lot quicker. But I'm just going to show you for the point of this video, so that if you guys want to just do your fleet climb and walk away, it's still possible. This might get down to, like, possibly the 1 minute mark, maybe 45 seconds. But if you guys do want to pay attention to your phone, just select targeting on Sith Fighter. This is just to show you full-blown auto, not touch a thing. Like, I could walk away right now. And their bomber is getting already really low, and we still have a lot of time. Didn't get the big heal, so this is already looking great. Bomber's down, 2 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. Really not hard at all. And it's crazy, guys, because now you have, like, if this is the case, if your opponent's going to be placing multiple reinforcements in Grand Arena, your other ships now are not even needed. It's like, what are you going to do with all your Sith ships? Maybe they can go to other fleets, possibly? I'm not sure. But now, you just got to get through this annoying ship. It does take time, but getting the thermal detonators on there, it helps with getting the assist from Dagger. Just takes some time. That's all it really is. But yeah, guys, I can't see this working out any different. I'll reiterate again. If your opponent has a single reinforcement and it's Scimitar, then it's going to be a little bit of an RNG fest. But I really highly doubt players are going to be doing that on their fleet arena. Then that might potentially cause players to switch to Executor and taking out Leviathans with that, because there's only the one reinforcement. So it's a mix, guys. And look at that, 1 minute and 30 seconds on the clock, even better than I thought. Very simple, very easy. Nothing to really worry about. Fleet Arena is going to be way, way easier now. Now, just to end the video, I'm just going to show you us going first as the last thing. I'll play it on 4x speed. I just want to show you all possible concepts and variations. So we'll show that really quick, and then we'll wrap it up. Alright, last one I'm going to show you is if I go first. I'm hoping that the RNG is on my side, just so I can show you for testing purposes. But guys, if I go first, it's pretty much a cinch. Like, okay, here I go first. I got lucky. But I just wanted to show you guys in live play, so nothing to hide. Super, super simple. If you go first, it's almost a guaranteed win anyway. You're supposed to win. We're probably going to do the blow-up reinforcement first. Yep. I mean, this fleet's annoying because with the Dagger starting, it's like, it's so impossible to get rid of them unless you get like an insta-kill or anything. Like, it's so hard without the shock. So, I'm kind of happy with this change overall. That's honestly my opinion. I'm curious to see what you guys think about this change. I do think it's going to be better for climbing, obviously. Less of a headache there, less time in the game that you don't really need. So there, they got their first reinforcement out, but majority of the time it's going to be that ship. It's not going to be Scimitar because of their reinforcement priority. So that's really, really helpful. In terms of defense viability, you need to be a little bit careful. You're very susceptible to Executor. But for climbing, absolutely use this when you climb. If you have an extra battle, put in some extra reinforcements. But it's really not hard, guys. You're going to see right here. You win the ult race, and the rest is pretty much history, guys. Not going to show you the rest of the battle. It's so easy. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, and comment your thoughts down below. I'm curious to see, what do you guys think about the recent changes to Leviathan? Do you guys like the buff to Scimitar? Do you not like it? Want to hear your thoughts. Really important to me. And if you're not already, subscribe to the channel to become an Out of X. And I'll see you guys in the next video. May the Force be with you all.